top. Let me just show you something on this from the top. I'll do it to the camera. If you guys come round but don't get in front of the camera, there's a big difference on the head and arm. So you see this shown at the top where Josh lines up his hip bone and his elbow joined with mine. Isn't he showing them all? So it's kind of this idea that you push it into my hip bone, which is made and you don't feel it. But there's no, I don't think there's any real way. If I tighten my arms up here, I let my waist back and I just drive my knee, I don't think that hip bone really, that elbow really stops the turning. Even to begin with. People will say, well, you can sit through here with that knee. But what really starts to happen is, if you look at it from this angle, is here he's got there's a big piece of space. And then all I'm really doing is I'm tightening that up just to make it tighter. It's not a lot of work for me. And then I just do that to him. It's very hard for him, even if he's really pushing it. Yeah, it's pretty hard for him. Like, if he's really pushing like crazy, I still can take a lot of space away and just sat. And now if he tries to switch his arm, try to get your arm to the side. I can just take the space away. The only thing we'll say about this is that as you start to do this, the more I bring this in, the more vulnerable I am to the bridge. So bridge now. But you can play around with that from the top. If you know that risk, you can be waiting, ready to push your arm back, push your leg back out or whatever. And you might also have some other means that you're going to mitigate your weight being taken that way. Take your weight more the other way, so he's going to change the angle. I change the angle, for example, that he's actually on my head. So if I'm here and I do this to him, right, so I'm taking this space away, I'm taking that space away, if I lean my head this way, try to put it through. So, you know, you can play around with, we don't really work this position a lot, but most places that work it just squeeze like crazy anyway, just put low isometric, you know, rather than just, and then walking the knee in to make it as hard as possible and switch the arm to the other side. So, what you'll then need to do with that arm is that the more that if the bridge still doesn't feel on, you do need to switch between high elbow and this, but I would always work on ball up first, get on your side, and then you might find that sometimes you're going to go in first, and then you need to use the space that they're giving you to get your arm through. Other times you might go this way, and you might find that you can do that. I never find this works if I'm flat. I can sometimes, if I'm getting smashed, I can sometimes get a high elbow. Like I think the more that you end up, so that when I'm doing this, the more that I end up in my ball facing away, the more that the high elbow works. The more that I am turning in, it's usually going to be it's then going to be retraction and then high elbow. So you probably can't see from here, but I'm going from cheers. I'm doing this, and then I'm going high elbow on that. And then it's this whole idea of heels and head coming back and touching each other if I'm doing it really slow. And I want this going as this is actually gonna, in the moment, this is gonna try and go up. Because I want to, again, high elbow to rip my arm out. I can't obviously leave that hanging slow because he'll jump on it, but you're doing it as part of that is what's going on. You're doing that as part of the motion, ripping the, you know, if you're coming all the way up to your knees, you can struggle getting on. Is there any questions on that at all?
So, which way are you pendulum out? Can you go both ways?
Well, it's much easier if you turn it in to face it. There's always the danger that if you start turning away from it, he starts trying to explode your back. And then it's much harder to turn back in. If you always turn into it, you can always turn it away. So, anything else on that at all? Give you part, let's do it again.